The first thing I want to assure you of is that the lights in the church do work. And they will be coming on as we enter the Eucharist. What a wonderful day this is. A blessed day. It has been long in coming, and I know that we have awaited this moment in a big way as a faith community. And it truly is a day the Lord has made, and God is good. So we began by receiving the plans from John and Dennis, and thank you for your work on this particular building. We appreciate you, this church, this sacred space. We bless the baptism font, and as we bless the baptism font, it is truly a moment of the resurrection of the Lord that we celebrate. All the walls have been blessed now. You have been blessed. The altar has been blessed. The emblem has been blessed. This is a blessed place in the Lord. And as we enter into this first Eucharist here in the church, we heard in the Gospel of St. Matthew that special moment when Jesus really asked the disciples, but he asked each and every one of us, who do you say that I am? And they searched around in their hearts a bit. And it was Peter who said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. You are the anointed one. And that is such a moment of faith. And the prayer is that he speaks for each and every one of us. That's the call. That's the question for each of us. I had a chance to visit Caesarea Philippi in the Holy Land some time ago, and it is the fountainhead waters of the Jordan. It is the reason why Israel exists, because of the Jordan River that begins right there. So Jesus, standing on that rock, says to Peter, you are a rock. This rock. And upon this rock I build my church. And the gates of hell will never, never overwhelm it. Never. That's the hope. That's the prayer. That's who we are as a people of faith. Jesus, knowing that we would need signs of God's love, gave us first Peter as a sign of God's love. That his ministry, his presence in the world did not end, but continued in the first hope. And he shared with us that leadership all the way down through the centuries. And almost 2,100 years later, here we are now in St. Peter's Church in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Who could have imagined? Gathered together as a people of faith, having shared together in that baptism of the Lord Jesus, having received the promise of being heirs of heaven. So every time we enter this church, we enter a piece of heaven. It's a part of God's love for us. And it's our prayer today that also will begin blessing this church, that this may be forever holy ground. Amen. Holy ground for us. That the love of Jesus Christ may truly be spoken here, shared here, and then brought forth to the community of faith. Deacon Smith, we built the church as large as we had originally planned. And that's a thank God, because we would be smaller than this had we not done that. So we are packed. And Deacon Smith leaned over to me and he said, you know, intentional discipleship, let's imagine this church full like this every Sunday. You, as the people of God, are those witnesses that go forth into the community. You, the people of God, are the ones that will be a sign of Jesus to the world, speaking to them how you have answered the question, who do you say that I am? That Jesus asks us. And with Peter, in this church, together, we say, you are the Christ. You are the Son of the living God, and we believe in you, and we have you in our lives, and we love you. And we know you love us. In a few moments, we're going to anoint the walls of the church, and also anoint the altar. And also in a few moments, we'll place the relic of St. Peter in the altar. That it will be here as a sign of our connection with him in this church forever. Amen. The love of God through St. Peter coming to each and every one of us in that relic. And then as we continue in the Eucharist and we ask the Lord Jesus to be present on the altar in his body and his blood, heaven meets us. Jesus meets us. His love meets us. And as we come forth to receive communion or a communion prayer, his love enters us. And we become his witnesses with the body and blood of Jesus inside of us. And then in that moment, no one and nothing can ever separate us from the love of Jesus Christ. God is good.